This is a video that's been long in the making for us. It's one that we've been talking about for a while, and we finally get to do it. It's a new series that we're doing. I don't know what we're gonna call it, but you know when you were little and you wanted to see your friend's house? Well, that's kind of what we're doing today. We're gonna see a beautiful home in Kahala, a very unique, simple home for what Kahala is, but I think it's one of the most beautiful homes I've ever been in, along with one of the most beautiful people I've ever known. This is a friend of mine. Her name is Carol Lynn. She's a former CNN anchor. She was the first to report on 9/11 when the first plane hit the building. But that's not what makes her amazing. She's also got a book coming out, but she's also just welcoming us into her home. And if you have a home that you'd like us to tour with you, we would love to do so. Let's go inside and meet Carol. Let's go see this beautiful house. Hi, were you running?
I was running. I was so excited to see you.
I'm so excited to see you too. Thank you for having us. Oh my gosh.
Come on in.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen your house before, so I don't want to act like I haven't seen it, but I'm excited that we get to show it to other people because it's
super excited
so
too.
Special.
Thank
and I've
you.
already said who you are, that you're my friend,
Yeah.
and we've got some really great things to talk about today, but let's take a look at your house. Your entryway is already just so inviting, so I'm glad you closed the door.
And it's a little bit of a surprise because you think you're walking in, but you're still out.
I know. Get into like the main event that way.
Sounds great.
So we've got guest bedroom here. It's the cat room.
Yes, the cat lives in this room, and when our daughter comes to visit, she lives here too. And what we love about having this kind of floor plan is having two guest rooms up front, and there's this lovely separation by the garden. So we have privacy, they have privacy, and it's just enough space. Actually, it's lovely space, but
yes,
just enough space for someone to be comfortable.
Yep.
And feel at home.
For sure. And then they have their own space here too. If they want to go out and not bother you, they can go sit outside and have a little vacation.
We love these rock walls that are more common here on Oʻahu because it gives the sense of being in Hawaii, but a sense of separation and privacy, but you still feel it's just organic.
Yep.
So you still feel a part of nature.
For sure. And you did all the landscaping out here, or this was already here when you got it?
You know, a lot of it is already here, and that's what's lovely about an older neighborhood like Kahala is that the landscaping is really mature, tends to be more cohesive.
Yep.
Because we're close to the water, so you want plants that are resilient, but also very lush, having that lush feeling.
True. Beautiful. Okay, let's move on.
You know what's great about this, Mila, is that this actually was built as a courtyard-style ranch house. So ranch style is architectural style a lot of people are going to be familiar with, coming from the mainland. And what you can do with that simple floor plan is amazing. I mean, the previous owners actually were the ones who put in these columns just as an architectural detail.
They're so awesome.
Yeah.
Like, this makes a huge difference. It makes it feel like, I don't know, Royal Hawaiian.
Yeah. It's the ultimate indoor-outdoor.
Absolutely, and that's like Kahala all day long. Like that's the dream of living in Kahala, is having the outdoor be a part of your living space as opposed to this separation. So here it's just like seamless.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a gem.
We love it. We love it.
Okay, kitchen.
Yeah. So this actually shows what you can do with an existing kitchen. Why gut a perfectly good kitchen, right, to make it great? So we painted the existing cabinets and switched out the hardware. We wanted to have that indoor-outdoor feel, of course, but we needed to have one more lounge area.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just take my California sensibility and say, I just need a second lounge area. The area that we just walked into was actually a covered, what we call a lanai here, a covered patio. And you can see the original sliding glass doors that indicated that. And that was a wide open space to the outside. And so what we were able to do with a fabulous contractor who was imaginative and
So lucky you got a fabulous contractor.
we need to talk about how you get a fabulous contractor here because they are not a dime a dozen. But the windows wrapped around, and then there were double glass doors here.
Wow.
But we wanted he said, but what is it that you really want? Because I kept trying to value engineer the idea. And he said, okay, we can do that. And there are rules when it comes to permitting and whatnot, but he was able to do some research, and we were able to completely open it up so that, and build a sliding door system so you can close it off and secure the area. We were able to add probably 200 square feet.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Right, to the kitchen area.
Yeah.
Even though that existed, but it existed really as outdoor space, and you had to walk out, and you know, it wasn't as seamless. So that was a big luxury, but we just felt like it was worth it.
The kitchen great room. I love that.
Yeah, and it's where we live all day long.
So you spend most of your time here, you would say?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And that's why I love your house more than anything, because you use it. Like this is a beautiful home, and it's unique, but it's not so ornate that which is what we typically see.
Yeah.
Like, I get to see you living here, which is so cool.
and, you
And
know-
the purple. Okay, it's not purple, it's lavender. It's periwinkle. It's, what's it called? The brand, we were talking about this paint earlier. The brand of the paint, once again,
Barrow and Ball.
Arrow and Ball.
So who knew? Because these are the things I learned.
You learned from your interior decorator.
Yes. We took the existing cabinets and the island, and she selected a color, and that brand of paint, actually, they are just somehow able to come up with these color mixes that are so livable. So when I tell people that I have a purple kitchen, they're like, she's gone off the deep end. But in Hawaii, the light is such where it just eats color.
True.
Like this house has so many colors in it, and yet, because of the landscaping and the sky and just the Hawaiian light, that your eye is able to tolerate a lot of color here.
That's true.
And she just selected just the absolute right shade of, I call it purple because it's a bit of a shock factor, but it probably is a little more periwinkle.
I think so, but it's
Yeah.
beautiful, whatever it is.
Thank you.
Okay, let's walk through and
Okay.
see where else you live. Love this.
Yes,
Still
paying bills.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay. And then you drink. No.
Yes, and then we drink after we pay the bills. This
Yeah.
came with the house. And then we have a nice dining area, which
love
is
it.
a luxury in Hawaii. Not a lot of, I mean, not every house comes with a
Most
with
don't.
a separate dining area.
Yeah.
So we loved that. And we were able to do with standard, you know, I don't know if they're Marvin windows, but let's just call them Marvin windows. People know what those are. Crank windows. We were able to do these decorative touches really very affordably. This is actually our the assistant of the designer, which sounds bougie, but honestly, they're not bougie. He's very crafty, and he has a laser cutter. And this is like balsa wood. It's something really, you know, and these are just like little panels that we had double stick tape and just stuck them on the standard window panes to create this effect. So we just love it. Love it, love it.
And then even this area here, you were saying something earlier about just
yeah, it's a simple wood base that we just use the same paint from the kitchen. And then these are separate pillows, so you don't have to do a big upholstered banquette.
Yes.
And we just make the most of what we have.
It's so cozy, but still so stylish. I thought this would be really important to talk about. Talk about getting furniture in Hawaii, because it's real. It's
It is
hard.
real.
We all have the same white couch.
Yep,
Or
one
the
store.
Costco couch.
Yep.
Or Inspiration, or what, you know, but you don't have that. But
Yeah.
tell us about how you got your furniture.
So what I didn't understand is that when you buy furniture, more than likely it's going to be somewhere in North Carolina or New York or, you know, some furniture place. And they will ship, a few will ship directly here, but most don't.
Okay.
So mostly you will order the furniture gets shipped to an intermediary at a major port. In our case, it would be Los Angeles, and then you'll pay again to ship it to Oahu. So you
Amazing.
better know what you're buying.
But this built-in, tell us about that and how you got this. There was one that came with the house?
Yeah, and it was nice. It was smaller. It was, you know, and it was able to accommodate a smaller television. But because, you know, standards have changed, and when the
Yes.
big game is on,
Yes.
which is football's a big deal here, as you
Yes.
know, baseball. So my husband wanted a more contemporary television, and we and that meant getting a built-in. So then you're talking custom.
Yes.
And you have to find the right guy. And I know we might go into this a little later, like how do you find the right people, which is no joke, right? But he is an artisan, and he came in so nice. His name's Chris. It's so talented. One-man band. He's the artist. And because we had a budget, so he said, okay, for what you want, we're definitely going to use oak because termites are something to consider here, even with your furniture. So we're going to use white oak, but he said, I want to make it seem like it's one piece from one tree, so I'm going to match all the grain. And before he had ever told me that, I didn't think that was a thing, but now every time I look at it, I see his artistry, as simple as the design is, but when you look at the grain, it all matches all across. And that was the care that he took in understanding this was our forever home. And he wanted to give us, that gift of that extra step.
Okay, so we came through the front. We had coffee in the kitchen, we paid bills, then we had a drink, then we had lunch, then we retired to the living room. And then now we're making our way into your office.
Yes.
You and Mike share this office?
Yes, we share this office.
This is great.
We love books.
I love this
love
office.
History.
It's great. The wallpaper is perfect. You've got a bathroom in here. You've got an outdoor space here. You used to have a door here, you're saying?
Yes, and a lot of people would say, oh my gosh, you took the double doors out, but we needed a home for our sofa that belonged to Mike's parents.
I love this story.
And I'm like, this sucker is tipped on its side in the garage, and there it will stay because you, Mike, don't want it in the living room. That's your choice. But so we need a home. So the only home we could find for it that made sense was to close up the double doors to the garden and leave this wall space for the sofa.
Okay. Here's what I'm really excited about. Can I touch it?
Yes.
Can I touch both of them? Carol wrote a book, When News Breaks. So we said outside that she was the CNN anchor who broke the news about 9/11 when the first plane hit the building. Do you know, okay, I've known you now for like 3 years, and only this morning did I watch it on YouTube, and I had chicken skin because I never wanted my friendship with you to be based on my CNN anchor friend. Like you're my friend. But this morning I watched it, I was like, golly, she really did do that.
Oh.
That's so crazy. This book is breaking right when we release this video.
Yes.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, December 9th, available everywhere.
Oh my gosh, and I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to as soon as I possibly can. This is the manuscript.
Yeah, so
Original manuscript.
these are all the notes that continue after, I'm telling you, 100 or more revisions.
Golly.
And these are the notes. Guess what? My beta readers, my early readers, a lot of them I've met here, and they're the gift of their candor and their insight and their lived experience in when they read the early manuscript. So it's so fat, and it's changed quite a bit since. But look at all the notations that they gave me, even after 100 revisions. That's real friendship. People care.
Did you always want to write a book, or did this inspiration happen upon moving to Hawaii? You wrote the book here.
Yes.
Like here.
Yeah, there. Hours and hours. The inspiration, really, I have an audience of one, and it is my daughter. She's 22, and the arc of the book it's not a gonzo journalist story, though it is, it is a story that involves my career, but it's a story of what it means to learn to love when you're a woman conditioned to see yourself in the gaze of others. So first immigrant parents, then who was the love of my life then, and the heartbreak and the journey that we two as journalists, he was my first husband, had against the backdrop of a career for both of us where news brought us together, almost tore us apart. 9/11 culminated in this decision to try to have a child. And once we did, news broke for us, and he was diagnosed with a rare cancer.
Oh my gosh.
So my journey went from this very male-dominated world of news to a very female-dominated world of mothers. And the women at work who got me through some of the hardest times. And the relationship ultimately that I had to build with my daughter, who was then just a baby, and You know, I had not having had children before and being a worker bee, a career woman who was completely dedicated to a job that asked everything. I didn't know how to love a baby, and I was going to have to do this on my own.
Wow.
And to learn how to love when you thought that the love of your life, the one that you could always count on, was your work, and you discover something so much bigger in this other relationship. And Chloe is the love of my life. She is my best friend. She is everything to me, and now I get to see her blossom. And I wrote this for her because I want her to know that she doesn't have to be perfect. Life is not perfect. That when news breaks, she will have and find the resilience within her to get through it. And that is the essence of the book.
That is so beautiful. And you, I don't want to give away anything from the book. I haven't read it, but you were in Afghanistan. You've been in the line of fire. The one thing that struck me this morning watching your clip on YouTube was it took me back to when I got the call of what was happening in New York. Of course, I was here in Honolulu. I was 24 years old. I just started dating my husband. He lived on Kauai. I would have to get on a plane to see him, and all of a sudden, all planes were grounded. I was supposed to fly that day, and then I didn't know when I was going to see him again. He got laid off of work. I was a singer. My gigs went away because tourism was no longer, like, we didn't know what was happening. But I thought about you reporting on that as eloquently as you did, with such strength. But what is that like? And I don't know if they need to read the book to understand any of this, but when you receive such horrific news and you have to report on it, and there's this, I would imagine, this rush of being the first one and how exciting that is, but that juxtaposition also of, oh my gosh, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure that's in the book.
A lot of it is.
Okay, good.
I think there are two things that you raise. One is the professional moment of this suddenness. But like everybody, you know, we were in it. I was in it with you.
Yes.
Because I didn't know.
Right.
CNN didn't know.
This isn't rehearsed.
No, none of us knew what this was. We knew that there was a plane that had crashed into the World Trade Center, and in my live shot, I was able to confirm that it was a passenger jet. That was a shock. But we're still in this space of, well, it had to be pilot error. Something happened. It wasn't, terrorism was not the first thought.
Right.
It wasn't until the second plane hit that we knew. And shortly thereafter, there was a cascading series of events. You know, then the third, you know, there was another plane into the Pentagon and another plane that crashed into an open field in Pennsylvania. But prior to that, as this story is breaking, we are putting the pieces together like everybody else. And all I could think about in that moment was what not to say, how not to use hyperbole, how not to sell the story,
Right.
but to really be there with the audience and be responsible to it. And, you know, I get credit for that moment because I was the first.
Yes.
But there's a whole team. There's probably, I don't know, 30 people minimum just in that live moment to get interviews, get what we call phoners, people to confirm from the ground what they're seeing. The live feed from the tower, which belonged to one of the local affiliates in New York City. That's how you got the shot. It wasn't a CNN camera. So definitely a lesson in team dynamics. And I'm the face of it, I'm the voice of it, but a tribute to the CNN team that was working on it so that I could give you the most reliable information. But mostly what I was thinking, Maya, was, Carol, don't say anything stupid.
Yeah.
Just don't say anything
I'm
stupid.
thinking that all the time when I'm doing these videos. Just don't say anything stupid.
Right, because once it's out of your mouth,
Yeah, it's
right?
forever.
And so I just look, when I see that clip, I see someone being very measured, and I did not say anything profound. I think I'm glad that I didn't say all the things that I could have said, because behind the scenes, and there's a little bit of this in the book, what we're hearing is 10,000 body bags to Ground Zero. That's what we're hearing. We're hearing car bomb outside the State Department. Neither of those were true, but had I just gone with it,
Sure.
which frankly, you're seeing a lot more of it now.
Yes.
I mean, for the past 10 years, broadcast journalism standards have changed. But I didn't say 10,000 body bags because it wasn't confirmed. I didn't say car bomb outside the State Department because it wasn't confirmed. I did say that, the White House was being evacuated, which was true, but I didn't say about the speculation of the number of planes that might be being used as missiles to attack American sites. So it's like in life, it's what you say and what you don't say, and editing as you go and asking yourself, what is true? What do I know to be true? And I think we carry that forward in our own lives.
For sure.
Right? That you've just got to be asking yourself, what's my source? What is true? What is not true? What do I believe? What is the right thing to say in this moment?
I can't wait to read all the wonderful things you had to say.
Thanks.
On sale everywhere you can find a book.
Yes.
Get it when news breaks.
Thank you.
Let's see the rest of your house.
Yeah, for sure.
I could do a whole show on you and your career and your book. When did you fall in love with Hawaii and know that you were going to live here?
Oh, my husband, Mike, has been in love
Should we go
with...
into the bedroom? Since we're talking about Mike and how much we love Mike.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
The arena.
I love it.
So he first fell in love with Hawaii decades ago, and when we met, he shared with me the dream of retiring here. And I didn't know what our future was going to be at the time, but obviously as we were together, I grew to love Hawaii too. We came as often as we could.
Oh, wow.
Back then, you could get round trip tickets for like $268 round trip.
Right.
Remember?
Gosh.
Yeah, we were constantly, and every time we didn't care, we would just buy the ticket and head out and drag Chloe with us.
You were in California at the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we planned financially for a good decade. Everything we did in Los Angeles was with this plan in mind. Wow. So I know you talk to people about the value of building equity in real estate. The only reason why we've been able to do what we do, because he was a state employee. Yes, I had a broadcast career, but my last 10 years of my career was in county government and strategic communication. So we were essentially government workers. He has a pension, but it was because I had bought a house in Manhattan Beach, California at the depths of the real estate depression when no one was buying houses, and I took a chance. And that house is really my retirement. And that house got rolled into the next house and maybe a little duplex and so on and so forth, because I bought that house. Can I be candid?
Yes,
I don't want to, because people are going to think whatever they're going to think, but I think
do.
this is important information. So in 1994, that house was $768,000 on the first walk street of the beach. That property today is maybe 8 million.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, nobody thought Manhattan Beach, what's the equivalent on Oʻahu? And no, we're not trying to encourage development here.
No.
I'm just saying that my retirement plan was always rooted in real estate. And that one house in 1994, when nobody else was buying, was my ticket to financial security.
Wow.
That house absolutely got me here.
Okay, your bedroom.
Oh, yes.
Since we're in here, you were saying something earlier. We skimp on our master bedrooms. It's the last thing we pay attention to. We want to do the kitchen for all of our friends and for ourselves, and then the living room, whatever, and then the bedroom, we're like, meh. But
true. This is the first bedroom since I was a child, and I had orange shag rugs and that white princess painted furniture. This is the first bedroom I've ever had that's kind of done. Like, we intentionally said, we're not gonna be piling storage boxes in our bedroom. We're not gonna, we do have dog beds, but I hid them.
That's okay.
For the shoot. But you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, all the refuse from the rest of the house ends up in your bedroom. And so this is the first bedroom that I've had since my childhood where I finished it, pretty much. I could get a headboard, but...
Feel? Like, do you sleep better? Do you not want to leave?
Yes.
Like,
I think I respect myself more.
Yeah.
I respect myself more as a woman to wake up in a room that I feel honors the beginning of my day and the end of my day.
Gosh,
Right?
you can write another book. That's book worthy right there. And then you've got access to the pool, which we'll end out there. I want to see your bathroom.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
yeah,
your
yeah.
bathroom.
So this bathroom, Mila, it was like, I don't know, floor to ceiling, but definitely there was a tub platform of this travertine that you see everywhere.
So popular.
So popular,
Yes.
and for a reason,
Yes.
because it's a nice color, it's very accessible,
Yeah,
you can get
it's
it at Home
smooth.
Depot,
Yeah.
yeah, it matches everything. So here it was, and I was actually good with it. I said, let's just not do the master. Let's wait, because we're just doing so much work elsewhere. But my husband said, you know what, to do it after you finish the master and then you're hauling demo stuff out, let's just bite the bullet and get it done.
Rip that Band-Aid off.
Yeah, so it was very dated. It was 80s, you know, a really lovely 80s bathroom with a big tub platform, the step up that I don't know why somebody hadn't died before, a big, you know, travertine tile platform and a built-in tub. We've all seen it,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
The height of luxury
Yes.
in the late 80s.
Totally.
So we just got a nice sleek tub. It's great for storage. You don't see the extra bath mats. It's very deep. So if you're gonna do this, get a very deep tub and you can use it for storage in bottom. And then the walk-in shower.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Love it.
And we retiled and just got some fixtures.
The towel warmer was a fun story. I'll tell it really quick. So you were like, no, we wouldn't need a towel warmer. Why would we need that?
Right.
Like, you were like, we're not bougie, and you're not. But your interior designer told you that it staves off howley rot.
Yes, I've never heard of howley rot. It sounded horrible.
I know. So howley rot, I used to get it. I remember when I surfed a lot, and you'll see surfers, they'll get it on their back. It's like these white patches. It's like a fungus. It's not like awful, dirty, gross, whatever, but I guess it hosts in wet towels.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because it's humid.
Yeah. So if you dry your towels, you won't get that. Is that gross, Yasu? I don't know. I feel like it's educational. Let's go to the pool.
Okay. Speaking of cooling off.
Yes. I'll just say it again. Those panels are so cool.
Yeah,
They
that
match
was-
your windows.
That was the previous owner, but
Oh.
we do have this echo effect in the designs, and we
Yeah.
try to be intentional about that. Not that I know what I'm doing, but that seems to be, you know, something simple I can internalize. Like, oh yeah, it's over there. Why don't we put it over there and
Yes.
have some cohesiveness to the design?
And then this also, like, I would never know there's a house on this side. Like, you know, you got all this stuff to keep your eyes busy, you know, and it
Yes.
creates privacy.
And you know, Mila, living here, these areca palms,
Yes.
which are everywhere,
Yes.
but they're great. They're very affordable. They grow like weeds, and they are wonderful privacy screens.
They are. They are. The pool, it just sparkles. The tile, we talked about that a moment ago. It's like $100,000 just to retile a pool. So I know when you walked in here and saw a tile pool, you were like, I love it.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you're here to stay. And I'm so thankful you let us come to your home and that you shared so much time and all this stuff about your house and all of your wisdom, your mana'o, as we would say. And I love that you are who you are in Hawaii.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
such a
you.
blessing, and I think our viewers are gonna really enjoy it. And I hope everybody goes out and gets your book. I'm gonna get it as soon as possible.
Oh, thank
and we're
you.
gonna put links so that everybody knows how to get it. And we'll put all of your social media stuff up too, so that people
Wow.
can connect with you on
Well,
our channel.
This is what matters. I appreciate all of that. And
you.
thank you for just adding the wisdom that you have, both from being Native Hawaiian yourself and also the experiences that you've had on the mainland. You're just amazing and just a big heart.
Thank
and
you.
true to your clients and true to your friends.
Thank you. We'll let Mike come home with the dogs.